Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Christina if you're new here. If you're not, welcome back. But in today's video we are doing one of my favourite times of the month. It's TBR time. It is time to choose my February TBR, which I'm so excited about. Also, I think we have officially hit the 1 year mark on my TBR videos, so whoa, crazy, mental, what the hell. We are going to choose my February TBR. As of right now, there are 3 days left of January. So honestly, I think there's maybe one more book that I'm going to get to, which is my current read. But out of my January TBR, we have currently done 5, but I do think I'm going to do 6. There are 2 that have come back on the cart for another month. Hopefully, we'll get to them soon. So out of the books on my January TBR, I technically read 5, technically only read 3, and I DNF'd 2. So I did end up DNFing The Night is Defying and The Baby Dragon Cafe. I just was not having fun with them, but I did read Somewhere Beyond Sea, In the Weeds and A Claiming of Souls. I'm hoping to read Assistant to the Villain by the end of the month. That did mean The Unmaking of Judy Farrow and Brimstone has gone back on the TBR. Enough of that. Let's start choosing my February TBR. I'm going to choose 6 books just because February is a shorter month. Only by like 3 days, so the math doesn't really math, but I'm going to choose 6 instead. So obviously we have a very, very full TBR cart, and we have a stack of the 15 books on my, well, the rest of the 16 books on my 16 books of 2026. So we have a lot here. Hopefully we can get some good prompts and we can get some good reads in and start getting through the TBR. I am doing a no book buying month for February, and I did still buy books in January, but I definitely didn't buy as many. So hopefully we can get through some of the books that are on my TBR. But let's choose prompt number 1. Okay, prompt number 1 is a book that you've been avoiding. Okay, great, fun. Okay, there's quite a lot of books that I've been avoiding. We have Wrath of the Dragon. I've been avoiding because I didn't love book 1, but I've heard really good things about book 2. We have an Iron Embers. It just really intimidates me. We have some on the bottom that have really intimidated me. So we have Wrath of the Dragon by Olivia Rose Darling. I did not love book 1. I honestly went into it thinking I was really going to love it and did not love it anywhere near as much. I thought the romance was insta-lovey. I thought the plot didn't really make much sense. I think it was like a 2-star read, but I heard a lot of people that gave the first book 2 stars give book 2 5 stars. So I thought maybe I'll be in that minority and fall in love with this series in this book. So I did pick it up. First book on the TBR is Wrath of the Dragon by Olivia Rose Darling. I don't know why I always try and put them in the TBR basket because it just falls over. Okay, let's choose prompt number 2. Okay, prompt number 2 is a fantasy book. So we pretty much have free reign as long as it's a fantasy book, which, I love a fantasy book, so most of my TBR is fantasy, to be honest with you. I think we'll go for one of the books on my 16 books 2026, and I kind of want to go for I think I'm going to go for This Monster of Mine by Selene Abuserka. This book has been on my TBR for a while. I think this was either in my first or my second month of Fairy Loot boxes, and this was the adult pick, YA pick. This was the adult pick, and I do really want to get to it, and also the author is going to be at Fiction Fest, which I am going to in April, so I really want to read this before we go. So let's put This Monster of Mine on my TBR. Let's choose prompt number 3. Okay, prompt number 3. Okay, so prompt number 3 is the newest book on your TBR, which is this book. Which is this book right here, which I can't get out. So the book that is the newest book on my TBR is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly by Sophia St. Germain. I might have said their name wrong, but I've heard a lot of good things about this. This is an indie author. I know it's on KU, but I ended up finding a girl selling these on Vinted for like £30 for like the first 3, and I thought, why not? So this is book 1 in the Compelling Fates saga. So on the TBR it goes. I'm very, very excited for this one. I've heard a lot of good things about this series. I don't know too much about it, but I'm very excited. Okay, we've got only black spines. Hopefully we can get some colourful spines on the TBR. Okay, let's choose prompt number 4. Okay, prompt number 4 is a young adult book. Okay, we have quite a few options. What books are YA? We could do 7 Deadly Thorns by Amber Hamilton. I know that's YA. We could do Air of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray, which I also know is YA. We could do Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm pretty sure this is YA. Could do The Prison Healer. I think that's YA as well. We could do Thorn Season. I'm pretty sure this is YA as well. I'm pretty sure this was YA. Yeah, so we could do that. Or we could go with King of Beasts, which I know is YA. We could do The Silver Flame by Paige Nicole. Okay, we have quite a lot of options here, to be honest with you. Okay, what ones am I not vibing with? Okay, I don't think I'm vibing with Air of Storms. I think this is probably a bit more of like a spring summery book, so we'll pause that one. Maybe not 7 Deadly Thorns. I think this is more not the vibe we want. We could do Thorn Season. I think I want to save The Silver Flame for a little bit. Same with Red Queen and Prison Healer. So I think we're between Thorn Season by Kira Azar or King of Beasts. I kind of really want to read King of Beasts. This book literally came to my house yesterday as I'm filming this, and I'm very excited. This is the final book in the Twin Crown series. So you have the first 3 books, which is a trilogy, and then you have 2 spin-off novellas. No, and then you have 2 spin-off books. So you have Captain of Fates and the new one, which is King of Beasts, and I really want to read this. This series is written by Catherine Webber and Catherine Doyle. So the first trilogy is written by both of them, and then King of Beasts is written by Catherine Doyle, and Captain of Fates is written by Catherine Webber. But I've obviously read other books by Catherine Doyle and I absolutely love them. So I'm very, very excited to go into this one. 1, with these characters, 2, back in this world, and 3, because of the author. So let's go with King of Beasts by Catherine Doyle. Let's choose prompt number 5. Okay, prompt number 5 is a reread. So technically I am going to be starting this reread in January, and I know that, but this is also technically 2 books. We have Return of the Darkness and Myths and Lies of Itheon. I don't know if I'll finish Return of the Darkness by the end of January or how it will go. So I'm going to put both on the TBR as a reread, because book 5, technically book 4, but book 5 written, is coming out in February, and obviously as soon as that gets out I'm going to want to read it, and I need to reread book 3 and book 3.5. So I'm going to put both on the TBR, but technically we're doing 7 books, but it's kind of 1 book in my brain. This is 1 book. So let's put them in the TBR. Let's choose our final prompt for February. Okay, and our final prompt is a colourful cover. Oh, fun! I can just choose pretty much anything that's like colourful. Okay, I think I'm between one of these 3, which they're all romances, but we don't have a romance book on our TBR. So we have The Rom-Commers by Catherine Zentner, which I think would be a good one to get to in February. We also have My Kind of Trouble by Elle McDonald, but I might save this for summer, to be honest with you, because it's giving summer holiday vibe. And then we also could do Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. It's the 3rd book in the Love Light Farm series, and I'm really trying to get through this series. This is book 3, so that I have 1 after this, and I really enjoyed B.K. Borison's writing, and I want to keep going with this series. And although I do think The Rom-Commers is slightly more colourful, I do think I want to go with Mixed Signals by BK Borison because I really want to start getting through the Love Light Farm series. I did book 2 in January, so I think reading book 3 in February and potentially also book 4 in February would be a really good option. So let's go with Mixed Signals by BK Borison. Okay, so let's go through the 6/7 books that are on my February TBR. First of all, we have Wrath the Dragon by Olivia Rose Darling, which is obviously for the prompt, a book I've been avoiding. Then we have This Monster of Mine by Selene Abzerka, which is obviously for a book which was a fantasy book, and I really want to get to this before April. Then for the newest book on our TBR, we have A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly by Sophie St. Germain. Then we have King of Bees by Catherine Doyle, which is a book which is a YA book, which this definitely is. Then for the reread prompt, we have Return of the Darkness and Mists of Lies of Hithion. I need to get to both of these, and these are both by Laura Carter. This is book 3 and book 3.5 in the Lost Kingdom saga. And then finally for a colourful cover, we have Mixed Signals by BK Borison. I am very excited and intrigued about this TBR. We should ideally continue 3, kind of 4 series. We should continue with Wrath of the Dragon, King of Beasts, Mixed Signals, and then obviously continue my reread of the Lost Kingdom saga with Return of the Darkness and Myths and Lies. And then we're also going to start a new series with A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, and then also I think potentially a standalone, it might be a series, I'm not too sure, of This Monster of Mine. So I'm very, very excited. We should finish off also, like King of Beasts will finish off the Twins Crown series, which is very exciting. So that series can be done, and we could just continue some series that we really need to continue. We have a lot of dark spines in this mix. We only really have King of Beasts and Mixed Signals that are like brighter spines, but I'm very, very excited about my February TBR. If you want to see me read some of these books, definitely make sure to follow along during my February videos. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!